You know the feeling, the laughter behind your back, the quiet dismissals, the not-so-subtle whispers telling you to stop dreaming, to stay small, to stay in your lane. The feeling of being underestimated, counted out, ignored. They said you wouldn't make it. They said you didn't have what it takes. They said you were wasting your time. Remember that. Remember every word they said, every time they doubted you, every time they looked at you with pity, with smugness, with disbelief. Let that weight settle on your shoulders for a moment, but don't carry it forever. Don't let their words define you. Let them fuel you. Their doubt didn't kill you. It didn't break you. It didn't stop you. It did something else. It sparked something deep inside you, something they didn't see coming. Let their disbelief be your ignition, not your limitation. Let every word they use to tear you down become the fire that builds you up. You don't need approval to evolve. You don't need validation to rise. Stop waiting for their applause. Start working for your transformation. Let their doubt remind you of one simple truth. You don't owe them anything except success. Change doesn't begin with action. It doesn't start with a big plan or a perfect strategy. It starts with one single decision, one moment of clarity, one moment of courage. It's the moment you looked in the mirror and said, enough. Enough waiting, enough doubting, enough excuses. It's the moment you decided that you're done waiting for someone to believe in you, because belief isn't given, it's earned. That moment wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was quiet but undeniable. It was the start of everything, because when you decide, truly decide, everything changes. Decide to rise, decide to prove them wrong, decide to prove yourself right. You don't have to argue back. You don't have to fight their words or waste your energy proving a point. Instead, build proof. Let your results do the talking. Show up every day, work quietly, improve relentlessly. Stay focused on the mission, not the noise. Because here's the truth, your results will speak louder than their opinions ever did. Every ounce of effort you put in, every hour of training, every step of progress turns you into something they can't ignore. Become undeniable. Not by shouting louder, but by showing up stronger. The proof is in the work. The proof is in the growth. And when you're undeniable, their words won't matter anymore. Anger is powerful. It's raw. It's fierce. It's consuming. But if you're not careful, anger will control you. It will cloud your vision. It will blind you to the mission. Don't let that happen. Channel the energy into work, not revenge. Don't let your emotions drive you off course. Use them to drive you forward. Revenge isn't noise, it's results. The best way to answer their doubt isn't with words, it's with transformation. Take every ounce of frustration, every ounce of anger, every ounce of pain, and pour it into building something unstoppable. Control the emotion. Stay focused on the mission, because success isn't built on rage, it's built on resilience. Here's the truth about growth. It's not fast, it's not flashy, it's not instant. Real transformation takes time. It's slow, it's patient, it's deliberate. Everyone wants fast validation. Everyone wants to prove themselves as quickly as possible. But that's not you. You don't chase applause. You don't settle for quick wins. You want something deeper, something lasting. While they sleep, you sharpen. While they rest, you rise. Growth isn't about speed, it's about endurance. It's about showing up day after day, even when no one is watching, even when no one is clapping. Play the long game, be patient, be dangerous, because time doesn't wait for anyone. But if you master patience, you master progress. They quit, you didn't. That's what separates you from them. Every early morning, every cold shower, every late night session, you keep showing up. That's where greatness begins. The ones who mocked you wouldn't survive a week in your schedule. They don't have what you have, discipline. The ability to keep going when things get hard. The ability to choose effort over excuses. Discipline isn't easy. It's painful. It's exhausting. But it's the one thing that will never betray you. It's the one thing that will carry you farther than talent, farther than luck, farther than validation. Build the discipline they never had. Build the strength to keep going no matter what. Discipline turns mockery into mastery, and that's what makes you unstoppable. Forget showing them. Forget proving anything to the people who doubted you. This isn't about them. It's about you. This journey isn't about impressing anyone. It's not about revenge. It's not about validation. It's about evolution. It's about proving to yourself that you're built for this, that you're strong enough to handle the struggle, that you're capable of growth no matter how hard it gets. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. What you need is to become the person you've always known you could be. This journey is personal, and when you prove it to yourself, nothing else matters. Growth doesn't need an audience. Real progress happens in quiet moments, behind the scenes, far from the spotlight. Silence is where resilience is built. It's where discipline thrives. Stop broadcasting the grind. Stop trying to prove yourself to everyone. Keep them confused. Let your results make the noise. Let your success become the loudest statement you'll ever make. Growth is quiet because it's focused. The world doesn't need to know what you're doing. They'll see it when you show up stronger, when you're undeniable. Silence isn't weakness, it's your superpower. Use it wisely. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. If you want to change your life, you need to change your environment. Your surroundings shape your mindset, your habits, your energy. Remove the toxic influences, the people who drain you, the spaces that keep you stuck, the distractions that steal your focus. Upgrade your circle, lock in, and protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Think about this. Who surrounds you right now? Do they lift you up or pull you down? Do they challenge you to grow or keep you stagnant? Your environment either propels you forward or holds you back. Choose wisely. Every no they threw at you, every door that closed every time they overlooked you, didn't break you. It built you. It sharpened your purpose. It made you stronger. Think about it. Every rejection added something to your foundation. It taught you persistence. It taught you focus. It gave you the fire to outwork everyone who ever underestimated you. Rejection isn't a failure, it's an advantage. Being overlooked gave you the time to prepare, to refine, to grow. Every no you've heard, use it. Let it fuel your journey. Because resilience isn't built from ease, it's built from resistance. Success doesn't come from one big leap. It comes from small wins stacked daily. It's not about sudden breakthroughs. It's about consistent effort, repeated over and over again. Every workout you finish, every habit you stick to, every challenge you overcome adds a brick to your foundation. Those bricks add up. They transform you. Don't chase quick wins. Focus on stacking small wins. Focus on showing up every day, doing the work, and letting the results build themselves. Success isn't loud, it's steady. And if you stack enough wins in silence, the transformation will speak for itself. Mindset is everything. The way you think shapes the way you act. And if your mind isn't strong, your actions will crumble under pressure. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Every time you tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," you're sabotaging your progress before you even begin. Talk to yourself better than anyone else ever has. Build yourself up instead of tearing yourself down. Replace self-doubt with self-belief. Stop saying, "I can't," and start saying, "I will." I am not who I was, I am who I'm becoming. Your mindset isn't just your foundation, it's your superpower. Master it, and there's nothing you can't achieve. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to convince anyone. All you need to do is show up and let your work speak for itself. When the results are real, the world takes notice. You don't need to argue, defend, or justify your grind. Just stay focused, stay consistent, become undeniable. You'll be too focused to explain, too consistent to doubt. Let the work do the talking. When the proof is in the progress, everything else fades away. Every obstacle in your way is a tool for growth. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of pain has the potential to make you stronger, but only if you choose to embrace it. Stop avoiding the pain. Stop running from the struggle. Learn to lift it. Use the weight of your obstacles to build your resilience, your focus, your grit. Every setback isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's a setup for your next level. Turn every frustration into fuel. Turn every failure into a foundation. Turn every challenge into training. Because the strongest version of you isn't built in comfort, it's built in conflict. They're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to break, to give up, to prove them right. But you're not here to give them that satisfaction. You're not here to validate their doubt. You're here to rise. no matter what. Stay calm. Stay committed. Don't let their negativity distract you from the mission. Every time you feel the pressure, every time you hear their voices in the back of your mind, remind yourself, you're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. Your strength isn't about showing them anything. It's about showing yourself everything. Their doubt is noise. Your resilience is louder. This isn't just about improving. It's about reinventing. It's about evolving into someone they don't recognize, someone they can't ignore, someone they never imagined you could be. You're becoming their lesson, not their victim. Every doubt they cast, every limit they tried to place on you becomes part of the story of how you rose above them. Transformation isn't about proving anything to them. It's about becoming everything they said you couldn't. It's about showing the world that you don't just survive, you thrive, you evolve, you dominate. And when you do, they'll realize the only mistake they made was underestimating you. Let's be real. There will be days when you don't feel like grinding. There will be mornings when getting out of bed feels impossible. Nights when the weight of it all feels too heavy. That's okay. You're human. But here's the difference. You don't need to feel like it. What matters isn't motivation. It's discipline. Motivation fades. Discipline doesn't. Discipline shows up even on the hardest days. Discipline keeps going when the fire burns low. The strongest people aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who keep showing up no matter how they feel. Relentlessness isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about proving, day after day, that hard work beats everything else. Stay relentless. The hard days are where greatness begins. One day, the people who doubted you, dismissed you, laughed at you, they'll look back, and they won't see the person they once underestimated. They'll see the standard, the blueprint. One day they'll study you. They'll use your name as an example of resilience, of mental toughness, of rising when the odds were stacked against you. You were the blueprint all along, the example of what happens when discipline meets determination, the proof that every no they gave you became the foundation for something unstoppable. They doubted you, but now you're the lesson they'll never forget. This is it. The moment everything changes. The moment you stop waiting, stop doubting, stop hesitating. The moment you rise. They said you couldn't do it, but you didn't listen, you didn't stop, you didn't give up. And now it's time to show them exactly who you are. This is your moment. Take it, own it, make it yours. Every struggle, every sacrifice, every step has led you here. Now go and become the proof.